Hey guys, Jake at Thomas Bronco Parts. Welcome to our 2020 TBP Virtual Rock and Roll event. Due to the current situation, we're having to do this year's event virtually, which is kind of disappointing. I love meeting all you guys, shaking your hands, really enjoy our event, but I can't wait till next year. Should be the biggest event we've had. 2021, set your calendar now. July 23rd and 24th, hope to see you there. This is a great way to show you guys what we've been working on, what some of our customers have been working on, and some amazing Broncos. So stay tuned and let's get this show started. This year, we're going to start our show and shine off with Lonnie's beautiful 74 Bronco. The guys at TBP put a lot of work into this. I know myself, Phil, and Matt spent countless hours to get it ready for the 2019 SEMA show. Here's Lonnie to tell you about his Bronco.
Hey guys, Lonnie here. Today talking about my 1974 Ford Bronco. Some of the crazy stuff: a Roush supercharged Coyote engine with the 6R80 transmission, and they did full-on 4-link kit with Bilsteins with custom fabricated front and rear differentials. They also did some of the amp research steps. They also put in a fully fabricated roll cage, new interior. The seats are our premium gray vinyl, our Impact Series bumpers. We went with the fuel wheels, 22s. The tires are Cooper Discover 37s. One of the cool features is the programmable push button shifting for the transmission. They went ahead with the black TBP LED headlights and the LED light bar. It's all hooked up on custom toggles inside. Took about a good year and a half in between doing our normal stuff. They built it specifically to get into the SEMA show. The guys in the back did a great job doing a full frame-off restoration.
For all of you that supported us, bought your 2020 TBP Rock and Roll shirt, please post a picture of yourself in front of your Bronco, tag us in it, either Instagram, Facebook, other means of social media, and we'll hopefully pick up on those. Love to support all of our customers and all the great work they've done throughout the year. And then next year, we'll get to see your Bronco in person. Next, we have Justin Barnes' Bronco. This thing's amazing, whether it's tearing it up from McGrew Trail, cruising the Oregon Dunes, or being one of the crowd favorites here at our Thomas Bronco Parts Rock and Roll event.
My name is Justin Barnes. I'm from Roseburg, Oregon, and this is my 1972 Bronco Sport. I was actually almost going to get out of Broncos. Kind of got motivated to get back into it from some friends, and my buddy Jim Schrum knew that I always enjoyed these and loved Broncos. So he hooked me up and sold me this one. I rebuilt it the first time in about 45 days. Didn't run very good, didn't drive very good. Went to my first roundup and it was kind of a disaster. So immediately came home and tore it completely apart and did a frame up build on it, and that's what we have now. EFI motor. I bought a really cherry 89 Mustang LX. I actually drove it around for a little while before I decided to pull the motor. It was a really, really clean 90,000 mile car. It's got the 1-ton axles. It's got a 78, 79 Ford Dana 60 up front and a 14 bolt in the back. I've stuck with the radius arm style suspension up front, but it's got a 4-link in the back. It's all coilover. They're 14-inch coilovers all the way around, 2-inch bump stops all the way around, custom drive lines front and rear. The bumpers, I've got Thomas Bronco Parts bumpers front and rear. I did modify them slightly to my liking, but that's what's great about some of those parts that you can get down there. You can make them your own. Got trail doors, suspension seats, custom cage, rampage top, which I really like. I never use the side windows or the back windows. That's all I use of them, but I really like the rampage top. I've got most all my trail gear in the back that I need. Did cut the rockers off and added custom rock sliders. I recently changed from Super Swampers, which I ran forever, to these Pro Comps. They're 40-inch Pro Comp MT2s. I don't really know how they do on the trail yet, but everybody speaks pretty highly of them. I just wanted a newer, more modern tire. You know, not only does well on the trail, but rides pretty good too. The wheels are Trail Gear Creeper Locks, 17-inch. Custom dash. It's got a Spartan locker in the front and a Detroit locker in the rear. The steering is hydraulic steering. It's all from Howe Performance Power Steering. Beard seats, PRP belts. So far it's done really well. I've had a lot of fun with it. I haven't taken it all over yet. We've been to the Rubicon with it. It did real well there. Taking it around locally, over to the Oregon coast. But everything I have done with it so far, it's done pretty good. Anything that I create would not happen if I didn't have all my friends helping me out.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. We have some great raffle prizes coming up, so get your tickets ready. And we're giving away some of our LED light bars, headlights, painless wiring harness, and a bunch of other amazing prizes. Up next, we have a guy that we all know and love. Jim Schrum is a regular here at our Tom's Bronco Parts Rock and Roll event. He helps with the McGrew Trail every year. And if you've been to Florence, the Northwest Bronco Roundup, I'm sure you've met him. Here's your chance to check out his Bronco he's dubbed Old Blue.
My name's Jim Schrum. I live in Roseburg. I've been doing this since '86 is when I bought this Bronco. It's a 1970. A lot of things have been changed over the years. So the body, the tub, the front fenders, the windshield frame, tailgate, and grill are my original Bronco. Pretty much nothing else is. Making things better, it's just kind of all got changed out over the years. I run a 5.0 out of a 96 Explorer for an engine. So I'm running the factory Ford fuel injection. It's probably one of the best modifications I ever did, and I swore I was never going to. That stuff scared me. It goes into a C4 automatic. From the transmission, it goes into an Atlas II transfer case. It's a 3/8-to-1 low range versus the 234, I think, that the J-shift pattern is. So it's much lower geared. It gives me the crawl and stuff that I need when I'm off-road. It really helps things out. And it's very, very strong. It's way beefier than the Bronco 20. From the Atlas, you go back to the rear end, which is a Bronco 9-inch. The housing is the original 9-inch housing out of a 77. It's been modified a lot. I run a Detroit locker in the rear with 456 gears. I run 31 spline axles, and it's disc braked in the back. And then we'll go to the front end, which is a Bronco width 44. The housing itself is stock. I haven't made any changes to the housing. It has an ARB air locker in the front with 456 gears also. I run chrome moly axles from Tom's. I like a linear coil, and you'll see that I have linear coils on both ends of my Bronco. So I run a 5.5-inch coil in the front. I run dual Bilstein shocks with almost 14.5-inch travel and radius arms that I built myself. The steering I built is all Heim joint steering, track bar, everything is all Heimed and much heavier than stock. The 4-link in the back, I had to modify a lot to get it as low to the axle as I could, trying to gain clearance, because one of my things is I like a lot of wheel travel and I like a soft suspension. So I'm running 2-inch quarter wall DOM for all my links. They're all 40 inches long. I'm running dual Bilsteins in the rear that are the same shock I run in the front. I built the mounts for the rears. So it's basically the whole rear suspension I did myself. The rear coils are 3.5-inch coils. The other thing in the rear for the suspension is I run a anti-rock sway bar in the back. I didn't really need it until I upgraded my shocks. It's one of those things that sometimes when you go to make it better, you cause yourself a little bit of extra work. I'm running 1250 37 17 BFG crawlers. And these are red labels, which means they're the sticky compound. I'm running a Fuel Anza beadlock. So I won these wheels at Roundup at the Raffle. They call the number and I'm standing there Nobody's freaking out. They call the number again, and I'm like, wait a second. I reach in my pocket and I pull the ticket out, and I actually had the winning ticket. Boy, I caught some heck for that. Back in the day when I ran my steel hood, I had the classic Bronco hood bubble on it, and I had cut holes in it to let heat out of the engine compartment. I bought the hood and I bolted it on. It was still white at the time. I got out a set of hole saws and started measuring things, and I took some little black safety tape stuff and I started cutting holes that matched the saws I had, and I would stick them on the hood and kind of come up with a pattern that from small to big that I liked, and cut holes in my hood. This color is actually the original 1970 Ford Acapulco blue. I wrestled with different ideas and changing colors and this and that and the other, and so many people were saying, you can't change the color because that's Jim's Bronco. I mean, everybody knows your Bronco and that's what it looks like. I think it probably has a little more pop to it than what they made back in 70. But it is the formula for 1970 Ford Acapulco blue. The front bumper, it's kind of morphed over the years. I built 2x4 rectangular tubing, took that original mount and welded it to it. Just got out here one night, the bender, and okay, that'll work. It does the job, and I've bumped it a few times and didn't get any blue paint, so that's the concept. I used to have a homemade swing out tire rack. If I dropped into a hole, I was hanging on my spare tire a lot. So I built the swing down design and raised my spare up. I built it with an angle to the back. Now it just kind of slides into stuff. It's a little heavy to lift back up when you take it down, but I don't take it down very often. I ran a Smittybilt style cage for years, and I had added the front section of it. I wanted something different. I probably went a little overkill, but it's very triangulated and it's not going anywhere. In 17, some friends and I, we went and ran the Rubicon, and I needed more room to put stuff. And so I built a roof rack, and I leave it on there most of the time. I'm running a 23-gallon tank from Tom's. I kept hitting it on rocks and putting dents in it, so the capacity kept getting smaller. So I cut the rear floor out. I cut the ends off the tank, front and back a little bit. It's flush with the bottom of the frame. It doesn't hang down anymore. It sticks up out of the rear floor about this high, but that was all out of necessity because I kept hitting it. I'm running polished ceramic coated headers from Tom's. I prefer the long tube style. A lot of people have been going to the shorties because of how things fit. When I did the 4-link, I had to do some changes to the exhaust. You start putting links back there, and it's like, uh-oh, what are we gonna do now? It's a home-built rig that was budget-minded. It's all about building it the way you want it, not in what somebody else wants. That's the story of Old Blue. A little shout out to Tom and the crew. They put on an excellent event. It's too bad that we weren't able to hold the event this year. I've been the trail leader for the trail run for the last 3 years, I think it is, and I enjoy the heck out of it. I have friends now that I consider family from all over the country, and it's because of the Bronco events. And I tell people all the time, like when we were Roundup last year, I think there was 250 something Broncos there. And I tell people, I said, it's not about the Broncos. I said, it's about the people. I said, the Broncos were just the catalyst that brought us all together.
Okay guys, a TBP rock and roll event wouldn't be complete without some great music from a local band. So check out Rogue Valley Zone, John Doe Boys.
It's the end of the world and I have not a complaint. I've spent many of a good year here and none of them hasn't seen but 7 wonders of the world. Now top the cost of the paint. Spend my free time shirtless making pretty girls faint. Then I ding dong this at the devil's front door. And I walk the top of Everest back in 1944. Sweet them back in 21st. They run the English show. Spent one drunken night in Dublin. Now I'm Irish for no. Cause I am the world's most dangerous man. I wield the power of God in my left hand. Yeah, I'm the reason that Rome has an end. But this is just a fish sword and I am just a man. for Jay-Z. Well, I really gotta finish this verse, it's really screwing me. Then I met James Dean at a roadside bar, and 20 miles later he lay dead in his car. It's kinda sad, this racing career didn't go too far, but they call me the black hole when I'm known to kill stuff. Cause I am the world's most dangerous man. I wield the power of God in my left hand. Yeah, I'm the reason that Rome had to end. But this just a fish story, I am just a man. It's the end of the world and I have not a complaint. I've spent many a good year here, none of them as a saint of the seven wonders of this world. Now top cause of the pain, spend my free time turning this making pretty girls faint. Then I take down this at the devil's front door, and I walk the top of Everest back in 1944. Between them Vikings when they first played on the English show. Spent one drunken night in Dublin, now I'm always below. Cause I am the world's most dangerous man. I wield the power of God in my left hand. Yeah, I'm the reason that Rome had to end. But this just a fish story, I am just a man. Well, this just a fish story, I am just a man. Well, this just a fish story, I am just a man. Well, this is just a fish story, and I am just a man.
Hey guys, it's time for everyone's favorite portion of our TBP Rock and Roll event, and that's the giveaway. So with your guys' help this year, we were able to raise over $7,000 that will be donated to our local Access Food Bank. And Tom has decided to go ahead and make it an even 10 grand. So thank you once again from all of us at TBP for supporting such a great cause. All right guys, I'm really excited. We have a set of our TBP exclusive small block Ford stainless steel ceramic coated headers. Now, these are a great option for any of you guys looking to add a header. They are a full long tube header, but yet they still fit inside the Bronco frame rails and are nice and clean. They have an extra thick flange. So let's go ahead and give these away. Alrighty, let's see who the lucky winner is. Roger McCurdy, you are the lucky winner of our stainless steel black ceramic coated headers. Okay, the guys from Quick Latch were able to donate a set of their stainless steel hood latches. Now these are really cool. We used these exact products on Lonnie's build that we sent to SEMA in 2019. And then this is a product that they have that I think is pretty awesome. It's a air cleaner stud that has a quick connect. Just like their hood latches, it's like a little mini version. So let's see who wins this. Evan Miller, you're the winner of the Quick Latch hood pins. Okay guys, up next we're going to be giving away our first of 4 $50 TBP gift cards. So let's go ahead and spin this thing up and see who wins. Alrighty. Jeff Roden, congratulations, you won a $50 gift card to Tom's Bronco Parts. All right, now we're going to be giving away one of our TBP Deluxe carpet kits. Now, whoever wins this carpet kit, give us a call. You can choose various colors, so we have tons of options. Let us know which one you like. We can even send you a sample to check out the different color options, and then you can choose from there. So let's go ahead and see who wins this product. All right, Lisa Conan, you are the winner of our TBP Deluxe Carpet Kit. All right guys, our next item that we'll be giving away is the TBP exclusive OE style factory rear steel tank. Now this is made just like the factory specs, and it's a great product. So let's go ahead and draw a name and see who wins this great item. Oh, there's a lot of tickets in here. Rebecca Ollie from Nevada. You are the lucky winner of our factory OE style steel tank. We have our wonderful TBP exclusive 52-inch light bar. Now this fits perfectly right above the windshield frame, projects tons of light. Maybe some of you guys, go out, run the dunes like us, or hit up the sand or trails. It's awesome to have and really illuminates, the trail ahead of you. So let's see who wins this. Alan Skaggs of Arizona, you've won our TBP 52-inch light bar. All right, next we have a really cool surprise. These guys, they've been doing it for a long time. They need no introduction. We have Jonathan Ward and Icon 4x4.
Hello, Tom's Bronco Park community, Greater Bronco brethren. Sorry that the event didn't go down as planned this year, but my name's Jonathan Ward. I'm the founder and lead designer at Icon, and we thought we'd take this opportunity to give you a little brief shop tour, albeit somewhat focused, because I don't want to overwhelm you. We're going to stay in the Bronco department. Generally, we build them like 4 at a time, sometimes 5 at a time, depending on the flow. If you're not familiar with the brand, the whole idea is to take the original Bronco design and then kind of evolve it and elevate it for modern use. So mechanically, they consistently run either a Cummins R28 turbo diesel, or really most often by far, the current production Coyote aluminum 5-liter from the Mustang GT. And then we run either a Ford AOD, just bulletproof old school 4-speed with overdrive, which is sending power through to the Atlas twin stick shift on the fly, part-time 2-speed transfer case. We work with Curry on the axles. We run Dana 60, high pinion in the rear and 44 based in the front. Brembo's our brake partner. And then we run a hydro boosted master cylinder system. We do new school, which is all about kind of like modern design and sort of a little more manly industrial situation, versus we also run the old schools, like the blue one in the background, which are decidedly more retro. And then occasionally we do the derelicts, which are super fun, where the idea is let's keep that original patina, make it look like we did nothing, and then do all the mechanical engineering and hide it underneath. All of them boast our proprietary chassis developed with Art Morrison Enterprises, which features Fox Racing shocks, Eibach coils. We're radius arm in the front, we're 4-link in the rear with tunable sway bars all the way around. Ride quality is so much better than the old school ecliptic Leafs. We didn't really want to do anything that was too much for off-road or too much for on-road. As a design focus, I really tried to keep it so that it made sense and kind of rode the knife's edge of duality. So cruise at 80 miles an hour, one hand on the wheel, party on, and then also get on some pretty gnarly trails and not have to tow it on a trailer back and forth to the trails. We kind of run them through a process. We start with the original truck, blow it apart down to nothing, and then walk it back through. I'll take you through the shop and show you a couple of them that are going on. So over here is an old school. The whole idea is to be decidedly more under the radar, more retro in the design theme and appearance. Again, same engineering, same wiring harness, same gauges, same everything, but all kind of masked in a much more retro vibe. So you can see like the CNC badges, we replicated the original Ford script, and that's the only giveaway on the exterior that it's an Icon. On our wheels, we do CNC'd forged aluminum wheels, where my goal was to match the vintage aesthetic of the stock steel wheel, but obviously to oversize it to make room for our Brembo brakes. The new school wheel is again forged aluminum, but the idea was we just wanted something of our own design. It has our signature volcanic black powder coat finish, and then just kind of silly, but it's needed speeder on the trail. The Icon Lizard is weight balanced on a bearing, so he stays horizontal no matter what you got going on. These wheels show off the Brembo brakes a little bit better than the old school, but that was the point with old school. Also with old school, the nose is decidedly more retro. My personal favorite are the earlier inset rectangular clear lights. So we take a few liberties and pick different elements we like from different generations. All the gauges, old school gauge is more old school. New school's in a CNC'd and laser cut ribbed stainless insert panel. So that has like more of that modern vibe to it. We use the same seats in all of them. We CNC all the hardware and the recline arms and covers. We manufacture our own stainless steel center console with a gas shock for the lid, multiple USB and SIGI style power ports, sub-compartment for audio, and there's magnets because I hate rattles, so you can open or close the audio. Door panels, cargo panels, again, are different between new school and old school. New school, again, decidedly more industrial and modern. Old school, more retro. But a cool detail, you'll notice those chrome spears. The spears have lights, 2-stage LEDs, so at night it gives you a mild ambient low output light, but then when you open the door, they come on full bright along with the dome lights. Here we have yet another new school. This one's a really cool color. It's actually a vintage Aston Martin DB5 color. It's kind of groovy. This one's in the final assembly stages and should be hitting the road here in the next couple of weeks. Here you see some parts for yet another blue one we are cooking up. And here's a kind of unique, this is technically a new school, but we actually built this one before we started doing new school. So there's a bunch of early old school vibes going on. This orange one's super cool. This one's coming together. This body has been completely powder coated and then painted. Now you see all the 3M trim sealer. Next, it'll go back into the oven and get the heat-cured polyurea applied on the inside floors, as well as the underside of the full body and the fenders. The chassis is mil-spec 1 powder coated, as are the axle assemblies, the bumpers. Sometimes we do power windows, sometimes we do manual windows. We just sort of leave that up to the client. It's one of many options that they get to pick and choose from. But even when we do the power windows, we keep them looking old school by running these analog window cranks, but you merely nudge down for down, up for up, or you double click down or double click up and you can control all windows at the same time. And I don't know, I could babble on forever, but I don't want to bore you guys. You can always check out our YouTube channel where you'll see a lot of these details. All 70 plus of the Broncos we've delivered thus far, plus about 300 other Icon projects are up there for your viewing pleasure. I hope you guys are having a good time. You're staying positive, staying healthy. Please be well. If you ever need anything from Icon, reach out. The website's Icon4x4, Instagram's also Icon4x4, and the old school telephone number is 818-280-3333. Thanks to Tom's Bronco Parts for being a pioneer in maintaining, restoring, and offering goodies for the vintage Ford Bronco community. Couldn't do it without you guys. Be well.
Next, we have Tom's beautiful 76 early model Bronco. It's something that we're really proud of. We did a restoration on it in 2016. So here's Tom to tell you all about it.
Hi, this is Tom at Tom's Bronco Parts. Wanted to talk about my 1976 Bronco that I got approximately 40 years ago. About 5 years before that, I bought a 1969 when I was 16 and broke it a lot of times, even rolled it, and it served its life. And I found this 1976. It was quite the update because it had the disc brakes and had the factory power steering, and it had a really nice rust-free body. It was white for about 25 years, and we decided to paint it red. Back in the day, you know, when I was a teenager, had some good friends that were involved in the search and rescue. There was a couple of times, you know, a couple of small airplanes crashed on the Oregon-California border in bad weather, and we would go up there with, you know, 4 tire chains and try to get up on some of the top passes, and we came close to one of the airplanes once. You know, just felt good to be out there giving a hand to the search and rescue. Okay, back to the Bronco. On the suspension, we've done a lot over the years. We've got the 3.5-inch suspension with the long travel radius arms. Gives it a lot more flexibility when you're going off-road in the rocks and stuff. We've also got the Bilstein shocks in the front. Then on the front end, we've got the Mag 44 front end with the power lock front differential. Gives a little more freedom than the Detroit locker. And you know, we've got the heavy duty chrome moly axles. So the front end's, you know, nice and tight. It's got the disc brakes with the power booster under the hood. We've got the 5-speed transmission with the overdrive, so it's really nice in that 5th gear. And the transfer case is still stock. I've thought about putting in the Atlas transfer case with the lower ratio and the low end, but with the 5-speed transmission, you know, seems to be low enough, other than if you were going super slow like down the Rubicon. But back in my Rubicon days, we had the old truck 4-speed in there with the new process 435. So that's a real good transmission, but they're kind of hard to find nowadays. And on the 9-inch rear end, we've got the Detroit locker on the 9-inch, and so that covers you know, and with the 11-inch brakes, you know, most of the late model Broncos have the 11-inch brakes compared to the 10-inch. The wheels are the bead lock, the Fuel Anza model that we sell, and they're the true bead lock. And on the tires, these are the Goodyear Wranglers. These are the 35-inch with the 17-inch wheel. So they give it a lot of bite, you know, for the money there. So really like them. Haven't had a bit of problem with them. So just a real good tire and wheel combination. These are the 1/4-inch plate rock sliders, and just for my Bronco, we went ahead and put in Tom's Bronco parts, but the ones that we sell are solid, and this is the one that when I was going down the Rubicon, seems like you're always hitting something here, and it just saves a lot of body damage. Real good add-on if you do go off-road, but if you're on, you know, a lot of mild trails and streets, you know, you don't need them. The bumpers give a lot of protection that we offer. We really concentrated around the corners here, so if you do hit something, you're just not hitting this $500 grill or the fender. On the back, you know, we've got this extra protection to just hide some damage if you're gonna slide into something. I've got the standard 6-point roll bar, which comes all the way down to the floor, but you know, real nice family 6-point, you know, roll bar. And then on the interior, we've got the black premium, you know, interior. It really is nice for, you know, if you do get it dirty or you've got footprints on there, or, you know, dust or sand, you know, it just comes clean really easy with the premium black interior. And then on the door panels, we've got the stainless, you know, door panels available. We've got the dual shift transfer case, so you can select a couple different options in the transfer case. And we did put in the tilt steering on the steering column. Just a real nice interior, nice and clean. I've just got it Zola tone, so if I do get it dirty or muddy or whatever, it's easy to hose out. In the engine, we've got the fuel injection, you know, that we put on the 302. The 302 I rebuilt about 25 years ago. So it was a good strong little 302, just a 2-barrel carburetor, but we gave it a nice upgrade with the fuel injection. So it just runs so much better when you're off camber and stuff like that, when you're off-road. We also put in the real nice air conditioner that we offer, and then the heavy duty aluminum radiator with the dual fans. And we've only got the one battery. There wasn't enough room to put in the 2 batteries that I used to run with the electric winch, but got the higher amp battery that'll take care of the winch. And of course, we got the factory power brake setup under here. Kind of a shout out to all of our customers and coming to our Bronco event each year. And you know, it's been going on, approximately, you know, 5-6 years, and it's gotten bigger and bigger each year. And this year we were looking forward to even being bigger than we were last year, but with this virus that came up, you know, totally changed it. You know, we just had to call off our event. So next year, hopefully we'll be all back to normal.
Now we have one of the sweetest Bronco owners you'll ever meet. Shauna's a crew member here at Tom's Bronco Parts, and her and her husband Jason got this early baby blue Bronco a few years back, and they've been working on it ever since. So check out all the progress they've made.
Hi, my name is Shauna, and I've been working with Tom's Bronco Parts for just a little over 10 years. This is my 1971 Bronco. Fell in love with Broncos when I was about 11 when I met my brother-in-law, Lonnie. He had a restored red Bronco, and I wanted one ever since. I've owned this Bronco for just about 2 years. It actually was a half cab, and we converted it back to the full cab. 2 little kids, so the half cab didn't quite work out. Added the rear bench seat and the family 8-point roll bar, running the Parchment premium seats, the full set. So driver, passenger, and rear fold and tumble. Upgraded to some premium carpet on the inside. Gives it a little bit more of a comfort ride, keeps it a little quieter. When we bought the Bronco, it was the sky blue. It has been repainted, but the sky blue color is a factory color. When we got it, it was stock. We did keep the rear fenders uncut to give it a little bit more of that classic stock look. We did add a 2.5-inch suspension lift, and I'll probably eventually add a 1-inch body lift just to keep the tires from rubbing a little bit. The tires are 32.5 15 by 10s, and the wheels are 17-inch Mickey Thompson. It did have the stock headlights, and we did upgrade to the H4 conversion headlights, and they're much brighter. We also upgraded to power steering, and I also was able to go to the smaller aftermarket steering wheel, which I like the looks of better than the stock wheel. We also upgraded to power brakes, got rid of the manual brakes, and probably my next upgrade will be the front disc brakes. I'm running the NV3550 transmission with the overdrive, and also running the short shift shifter, which makes it a lot easier and quicker to shift gears. We also installed our underdash AC unit. The cold air is pretty prompt, comes right out on these hot days. When we redid the interior and did the seats and the carpet, I also added our locking center console. Has a couple cup holders, lots of storage inside. Also has a stereo port, which I was using a little bit, and then we did upgrade to the retro sound. When I bought the Bronco, there was a Dakota Digital gauge cluster. I wanted to go back to the more original look, so I did go back with the brand new OE stock Speedo cluster. The motor, it's a 347 stroker. 375 horsepower. I'm also running the Working Man aluminum radiator, which I am going to upgrade to our heavy duty high efficiency aluminum radiator, with a lot of horsepower and that AC unit as well. It'll be smart to have the heavy duty radiator. I've got our hydraulic hood prop rods, makes it super quick and easy. You don't have to fuss with the original rod to hold the hood up. It actually has cruise control, which is definitely aftermarket unit, but comes in pretty handy. I'm running Detroit True Track limited slip front and back, and 31 spline axles in the rear, and Dana 44 up front. I wanted to give a big shout out to all of our customers who are loyal, and a lot of them are like family to us. We miss seeing you guys, and we can't wait to see you next year in person at our annual Show and Shine event.
Over the last few years, we at Tom's Bronco Parts have had the opportunity to work on some really cool TV shows. We had the opportunity to work with the guys from Brand New Muscle Car on Motor Trend Television. This is the commercial that ran during that show, so check it out.
Dad, when's the Bronco gonna be mine?
Be patient, pal. You'll get it when I'm done with it.
That's never. Hey!
Here, pal, I'm done with it.
Tom's Bronco Parts. We'll be there because we've been there.
So Robert Wart, he's been doing this forever. We see him at Northwest Bronco Roundup. He's been a favorite of our show, and he's been running CBM designs now for a few years. Check out his shop and all the crazy work he does.
Hey guys, it's Robert at CBM Designs. Just here hanging out. Kind of bummed out that Tom's isn't doing their thing this year, but welcome to my place. We build anything from mild to wild to anything you want. Basically anything a Bronco takes. I've done this for 20 years and worked my normal job, 410s all week, and then I work 3 days a week out of my shop at home. I actually fought it for a long time, not doing it, because it was my hobby. So that was the thing, is that, you know, when it's your hobby, you really don't want to create a business out of your hobby, because then you're going to not enjoy it. It's always fun to get paid and try to make enough money to do what you do and love what you do. So that's what we're trying to do. I got tired of seeing people getting their rigs kind of screwed up from other shops that didn't know what they're doing, where I think a lot of normal mechanic shops it's just a car to them. Well, I get the fact that it's not just a car. I understand that they're passionate about it, and that goes a long ways. And I do the best we can do, or I don't do it. If you want a half-assed thing where it's not, oh, I got a bunch of wrecking yard parts and throw it together, that's not what we do. If we have a new client, I generally want them, and we'll talk about different things that they want to do, and I ask them to give me some pictures of the end Bronco that they want to build, so that we're all on the same page. We do it once as good as we can do it and have an end picture of what the project's going to be, and that's what we strive for, even if it takes longer to do it right. Everybody knows the yellow Bronco, and that is what we test with. We run that truck really hard. There's a reason, and most of that is to see what breaks. I've learned a lot in the past on making mistakes that a lot of people do, where you kind of build stuff like, oh, it's not gonna be that hard, I'm gonna run a big tire, but I'll take it easy. Well, then you break your Dana 44 because you got too big a tire. Well, if you drive a certain way, just invest in 1-ton stuff or heavier axles, and now you're done. You're not building it twice. It's never good to have somebody build a truck and now it's always broken because of their driving style or what they're trying to do. I try to build the truck that they can handle and not have to be that guy on the trail. And we do a lot of nice rigs that are trail worthy. I mean, you can have nice paint, you can have a good looking truck if you protect it correctly with rock sliders, and if you build it right, it really doesn't get beat up. Everything is possible in these things, and I mean, my Bronco, I got 42s, 600 horsepower, and I can drive that thing absolutely anywhere. Every one of these trucks has a story. The red one that's sitting right here, this guy drove this thing in high school. All these stories about all these Broncos, and they're all personal things. I mean, I got people that have had Broncos for 40 years. It was crazy. And all the things that they did, and they met their wives in them and whatever, and kids, and it's pretty cool. And it's pretty rare, I think, to have a vehicle that can have that much history in a family. And a lot of these guys are, you know, they're getting to be, you know, 50, 60 years old or whatever, and they want to give these things to their kids and have them experience what they've experienced. They want to build it to where their kids can go, okay, now I can do this. It is pretty cool. You mess up somebody's Bronco, you're going to not be in a good way. You know, so we take that very serious, and everything that we do, we touch base with the client and make sure they're all on the same page, and as best we can. These things are 50 years old, so you don't know what you're going to get into. It makes it interesting for me on what we build and how we build it, because everything here is going to be street legal-ish and drivable 100%. You can drive it 80 miles an hour down the highway if you wanted, but it's going to take up anything you throw at it within reason because of either wheelbase or design, because they're not a trophy truck. I'm trying to build basically almost like a Ultra 4-ish type vehicle that can just take up all kinds of abuse, run out as hard as you want to run it, and then drive it home and just not give you problems. I'm a big horsepower guy. 600 horsepower in a Bronco isn't terrible. Anything above that and it's getting pretty rowdy. 500 horsepower is a very doable thing anymore, and it works really well in a Bronco, and as long as you respect it, it's a good time. I'm pretty overwhelmed on our projects right now. Now I need to do more in R&D in what we do. There's a lot of things that we need to do and we just don't have time. Same thing with like some of the 6R80, 6-speed automatic stuff. We're working out some of the bugs, the modern shifter stuff, and I'm hoping to get all that done. And then we're hiring a few more fabrication guys and get those guys trained up and tuned up, and then yeah, game's on that, so it'll be good. We got some good skilled guys, and you know, I need 36-hour days. Yeah, so 6 days a week just isn't enough. So what are you gonna do? The building's 6,000 feet that we have here. If things go well, I wanna start investing in my own building. I wanna get to the next level altogether. Right now I have 10 Broncos that are trying to get in the shop that we don't have space for. I can't even have my own Bronco down here. So this next year is gonna be really exciting, seeing what we come up with. So we have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page and a small Instagram thing, and I'm terrible at uploading stuff. I'm just south of Portland, Oregon. Our phone number is 503-502-3157. I just like to build badass stuff, and that's what we do. Anything you guys need, give us a call, give Tom's a call, make that happen.
You might have seen these guys touring the country, but this is Southern Oregon's own John Doughboys.
Profits to parents, good friends, advice I've read. Where I've been running from my own common sense, been running to be your man. Now all this trouble and sacrifice, I remain only what I am. Although I tried and I bled and I lied, I'm still just a man, just a man. Just a man.
All right, guys, now we have our second of our 4 $50 gift cards from TBP. So let's see who the lucky winner is. Lisa Cohen, you're the winner of a $50 Tom's Bronco Parts gift card. Okay, everyone, we have 3 of these soft top wiper covers to give away. Now you can choose the color of your liking, and you can also choose, what end type it has, if it fits a Rampage or a Best Top soft top. So let's go ahead and give these 3 products away. All right, the first winner is Norm Kidd. You have won a wiper cover for a soft top. Second winner Adriana James. You have won a soft top wiper cover. And last but not least, we have Tracy Tacanalio. You have won the final soft top wiper cover. Okay, another great product that we were lucky enough to get from our friends at KC to give away this year are the KC 7-inch gravity headlights. Now these are awesome LED headlights. They look very similar to an OE style, but yet they project so much more light. So let's see who wins this great product. Mark Wolf, you're the lucky winner of the KC gravity headlights. So now we're going to be giving away 3 of our new TBP Flex Fit trucker style hats. And I just want to let you guys know, whoever the winner is, you can choose whichever color you like. So let's go ahead and give away these wonderful hats. All right, the first hat goes to Chris Fernandez. Congratulations, you won a new TBP hat. Second hat goes to Mike Lingell. You won a new TBP Flex Fit hat. And the final hat goes to Jeff Burnt. Congratulations to everyone. Next, we have our third TBP $50 gift card. Once again, I want to thank everyone who donated. We were able to raise over $7,000 to Access, and you can see how many tickets we have. Really helped out with all your guys' support, all your guys' donations. Once again, we thank you guys so much. So let's get after it and see who won this $50 gift card. All right, let's go ahead and dig down deep on this one. David Sweetall, you are the winner of a $50 TBP gift card. Next, we have a really cool surprise. We have a TBP 2020 Rock and Roll event exclusive Zippo lighter. Now this is a brass lighter that's been matte coated and is laser engraved with a TBP Rock and Roll emblem. Now these are going to be given away at the end of this show to the first 200 orders of $200 or more. So wait till the end of the show, don't go order right now. Right at the end of the show, place your order to get one of these exclusive TBP Zippo lighters. Next, we have everyone's favorite TBP crew member, Jason in the 66 early model Bronco.
Hi there, I'm Jason. I'm from Tom's Bronco Parts. I've been working there for about 13 years now. Right behind me here we have my 66 Bronco. It was built in September '65, so it's one of the older ones that was produced. I've owned it for about 10 years now. It's been just a lot of fun building it kind of from mostly the ground up. As you can see here, we got, I put 37 1250 tires on it, 17x9 wheels, have a 5.5-inch suspension lift. It's a stage 12 Tom's Bronco Parts lift with the Bilstein shock option. I also added a 2-inch body lift for a little extra clearance for the transmission and motor and everything else that's in there. Got some of our fiberglass fender flares that we sell. Get a little additional clearance there to clear the 37s. Motor wise, I have a 302 with 351 heads on it, board 40 over, small cam in it, nothing crazy, but it gets the job done. On this Bronco, I've also installed our black TBP LED headlights. They're very bright, very happy with them. I've had them on there for several years now and they've never let me down. Also on the front here, I have our 15-inch LED light bar. And also this is our pre-runner winch bumper, as you can see. Been very handy. Also on the top of the windshield frame here, I've got our 52-inch dual beam LED light bar. Really puts off some great light, especially when we go to the sand dunes and stuff like that. Really makes stuff obvious and visible. Inside the Bronco here, I've installed our black premium seats, the full set with the fold and tumble in the back there. Very nice, comfortable seats, been very happy with them. Had these in here about 3 years now, and they've held up real nice, actually. Also have our plate style 6-point that is very handy to have due to the fact that rather than having the normal tubes down here that interfere with the emergency brake pedal, as well as the glove box door, it actually thins down and goes into the kick panel, which allows for proper clearance without having to modify anything. Great piece, and I'm very happy that I installed this on the Bronco as well. Back here I have our rear pre-runner bumper with the tire and cooler rack. Pretty nice setup. It also has the Rotopax mounts here, so it gives you the option to install several different type of containers. I have on this one, I have a fuel container, a emergency first aid kit, as well as a toolkit box. Very nice and compact, keeps everything nice and clean. That way I can keep it out of the inside of the Bronco. Also, I'm able to put a full-size cooler up on top. The bumper is heavy duty enough that you could haul a rather large tire. On this one I have a 37 with no issues whatsoever. Works very well. This is my Bronco. I hope you guys have enjoyed what I have here. Kind of a different way to do a rock and roll event as compared to our previous years. A little different doing it virtually, but hey, hopefully we'll see you guys next year and we won't have to have masks and all that stuff on. We'll actually be able to see you in person and shake hands.
Okay, next we have a multiple Best in Show winner at our TBP Rock and Roll event. Andy Hess's blue Bronco can be seen cruising the beaches of Florence or down here competing with the best of them. So let's give it up for Andy and Melissa Hess. You know, they're more than customers to us, they're part of the TBP family. Check out their blue Bronco.
My name's Andy Hess. It's a 73 Ford Bronco, of course. Well, the obsession started probably, I don't know, 17, 18 years old. Bought my first one at 18. This is number 8. We found this one up in Washington. Went up, looked at it, bought it, brought it home, and it was not a bad rig. It was a few rust here and there, and paint wasn't real great. So I decided to tear it all apart and paint it and fix it up a little bit. And not really a trail rig, as you can tell. I do take it to the sand. It's about the only off-roading it really does, but just wanted something that I could drive on the street, maybe take to the shows. When I got it, I drove it for a little bit, decided I was gonna at least repaint it. I took it all apart, started doing all the body work to it. We finally picked the color, and it was this color. I'm a painter by trade, so I mixed this color especially for this. It's a custom mixed color. It's all done in Sickens paint. The closest color to it, if you put it in the system and try to come up with it, it's for like a 2000 Honda Fit, and it's called Vivid Blue. And that's about the closest you're gonna get to it. And then when I started putting it back together, it's just like, you know, you gotta have a little bling here and a little bling there, and it just kind of got out of hand. Can't leave anything alone, you gotta change it up, keep it going. The engine's a 40 over, 302, nothing real wild, just a little street rig. C4, automatic, Dana 20, 9-inch rear, Dana 44 front, 456 gears, front disc. I did add Tom's power brake system. It's got a lot of Tom's parts on it, of course. The first time we got it done was the N event, like I said, and we took it over there and had some fun with it. And then I just started doing more and more Bronco stuff with it and a few car shows here and there. And as I keep going, I just keep adding more and more and more. And the wheels are fuel Anzas, all custom done. Tires are Cooper STT Pros, custom 4-core radiator, it's all polished. Corbo seats. The cage is a Tom's cage, family cage. Bikini top is also Tom's. If you go around it, you'll probably find almost everything on here is from Tom's. The suspension is a Tom's 3.5 inch, 3-inch body lift. Custom built, stainless steel, 23-gallon fuel tank. Getting ready to put a new motor in it, going to a 351. The new motor will have a Edelbrock ProFlow 4 on it. Also a new wiring harness, a set of Dakota digital gauges. I was lucky enough to go to Tom's and win Best in Show 3 years in a row. So I was pretty happy about that. It's nice when you can go and all the hard work you put into something really shows, and it's the people that vote on it, that's what makes it worth it. The awards are nice. I just love going to the shows and meeting new people and seeing all our friends. That's mainly the biggest thing of it. You guys do a phenomenal job of putting on the show, and really enjoy coming down and seeing everybody and all of our friends that work for Tom's, and doing the wine tour and the Crater Lake cruise. Have a great time every year. Really bummed out this year that we're not going to be able to go, because from what I heard, it was going to be a great event. Pretty excited for next year.
What's going on, Tom's Bronco Parts family? My name's John Melton, and this is my 1975 Ford Bronco. Growing up, I've always loved Broncos, and I can remember in high school, all my friends had these lifted Jeeps and all this kind of stuff, and I always loved the look of a Ford Bronco. And even when I had the option to get a Wrangler, Jeep Wrangler, or a Jeep Cherokee, I actually went with a Jeep Cherokee because it was more boxy like the Ford Bronco. And even to the point where when I got married, my wife and I were talking when we were engaged, and we were like, okay, what are the non-negotiables? Like, what are the things that you just need to expect, marrying each other? And she had a couple, but mine was, I'm going to have a Ford Bronco. And like, that was just a thing that we set up from even before we got married. And so when the opportunity came to buy this Bronco, she was like, go for it. Like, I've known that this is going to happen for a long time. Buy the Bronco and enjoy. The first thing that I did when I got this was I replaced the floor pans, and then I started working on the brakes. Man, the brakes on this thing were just a mess. And I looked at all the vendors, looked at, the Tom's Bronco Parts site, and I was like, oh man, I could piece together a disc brake kit for cheaper than, what these guys are selling it for. And it turned out, no, you can't. I ended up spending more on the disc brake kit, piecing it all together, than had I just gone and bought one from Tom's Bronco Parts. But I did buy the brake booster and proportioning valve from Tom's Bronco Parts, and those have been fantastic. And I'm actually looking to upgrade my disc brakes to some legit ones from Tom's. Like everyone, I started working on my Bronco, and I first wanted to get it to a place where it would stop, and I wanted to fix some of the rust. But then the biggest problem with my Bronco was the wiring. Like, things just didn't work, and I know you guys have had those issues where things just don't work. Like, my blinkers wouldn't work, my taillights wouldn't work, and I was trying to chase down all these electrical problems. And so I ended up just going with the painless wiring kit, and I think that has been one of my favorite upgrades, because not only is it just an amazing thing to have all new wiring in your Bronco, but man, knowing where everything goes, knowing where everything is, knowing like how every wire is run in your Bronco, it helps you so much when you're just trying to troubleshoot stuff. And then having that painless wiring harness booklet, like the instruction booklet, like I've looked back on that thing so many times because I'm like, oh, where is this? And like I'll go find it, and it's just, that really was one of my favorite upgrades to do. It took a long time. As I'm doing work on my Bronco, I'll film it and I'll make these YouTube videos about it. And so it just takes a long time when I'm doing it. But it was well worth it, and I'm really glad I did. But from there, what I started doing was I really started upgrading the suspension and the engine. So I went with the Phytech EFI first. And upgraded to that EFI, and I loved it. It was such an awesome unit. You know, it's the throttle body unit, so it just sits there like your carburetor, but gives you all the benefits of EFI. But what happened was, there was such a high learning curve with that, and I made a ton of videos about how to tune and how to run it. And I wanted to try something else. And so recently what I did was I put the Edelbrock ProFlow 4 on there. And I have not had to tune a thing. I haven't had to touch the thing. Like, it just has worked, and it's worked really well. It's actually port injection instead of throttle body injection. And so I've really, really enjoyed that. But the other thing that I've started doing is just messing with the suspension. You know, I went with a 2.5-inch lift, which I actually put the hoop up front, the shock hoop, and then I did the 11-pack leaf springs in the rear. And this thing drives great. Like, I really like that suspension and how all the components work together. But even with all of that, I'd have to say my favorite upgrade is just having electronic fuel injection, having that EFI, because really for me, it enables me to just hop in my Bronco and just go for a drive. Now, one of my favorite events really is the Tom's Bronco Parts event. And I know a lot of you are like, why would you leave Nashville and go all the way to Medford for their event? But if you know me, my parents actually live in Medford. And so it's a good excuse to go see them. I was actually born in Southern Oregon, not too far from where Tom's Bronco Parts is, there in Medford. So it's kind of got this special place in my heart. But even beyond that, man, like the riding around in the McGrew Trail, like 2 years ago, I was able to ride with Jim Schrum, and you know, just that whole experience was incredible, and getting to just talk with him and hear. And you know, I do full-time video production. That's my job, and so I always take my camera with me wherever I go. You know, I'll make these videos and throw them up on YouTube, but really it's the experience with the people that is just so amazing. Like when you come back and you know, do the show and shine at Tom's Bronco Parts, it's like just seeing everyone's Bronco, and everyone just wants to talk. Everyone's just, you know, talking about their Broncos and asking questions about what other people are doing. And I just love that aspect of their event. And then also with the raffles and the giveaways and then the wine cruise at the end. It just really is a special event that I've had the privilege to be at. And, you know, like I said, it's a good excuse to go spend time with my family, but also I'm like, I get to go to this awesome event. And so I've really enjoyed being there. And I miss all of you guys that, you know, being out here in Nashville, I can't even go just hang out with you. So thank you, Tom's Bronco Parts, for putting on this virtual event where we all get to kind of see each other and see each other's rigs and what we're doing. But there is one more thing. I've just got one small other thing that I need to say. This is the future home of a lot of Tom's Bronco parts. This is my new 1974 Ford Bronco in all its glory. That's it. This is really just it. But this is going to be filled with parts. And I'm going to film it all on my YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe, Nashville Early Bronco. And that's it. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.
All right, these are our TBP black LED headlights. These are a great product. I run them on my own Bronco. Amazing how bright they are. They actually allow you to drive your Bronco at night, so we're really excited to give these away. and let's see who wins this great product. Okay, Brian McGarr, you are the lucky winner of our TBP black LED headlights. All right guys, so now we have our OE style auxiliary tank. You know, this is a great product. I've been here about 15 years, and for the first 5 years I was here, we had to pressure check every auxiliary tank we sent out. So finally we decided it's time to tool up, do our own tank. This has been one of our best selling products since then. It's molded after the factory poly tank. It has the metal inserts, and it's, you know, it's a great replacement for any of you guys who have a weathered, cracked tank, you know, that's weeping fuel and is just unsafe. So, you know, hopefully a lucky winner gets to use this, and let's see who gets this tank. Congratulations, Michael Davis. You are the winner of the TBP Poly OE style tank. We have our fourth and final Tom's Bronco Parts $50 gift card. Let's see who wins this. Andrea Faustina, you are the lucky winner of a TBP $50 gift card. All right, everyone, I'm really excited for this next product. It's a collection of TBP swag. You know, stay up to date, check out our website for all of our latest swag drops. We're rolling out a whole new branding campaign, and I wanna, you know, let everyone know we hired a new guy about a year ago, Aaron. He's been crucial in all that great content you guys are seeing on Instagram or Facebook and helping with our new branding. Some of the new stuff that's coming out is really awesome. So this is kind of a little taste of what we're doing. Hopefully you guys really enjoy it. Let's see who wins this. All right, and the lucky winner is Alan LaRue. You're the winner of the TBP swag giveaway. All right, last we have our grand prize. Now this was donated to us by our good friends at Painless. This is a full painless wiring harness kit plus the power braid, so everything you need to rewire your early Bronco. Really excited to give this away. Thank you once again to our great friends at Painless. And let's see who the lucky winner is. Brett Noggle, you are the lucky winner of a painless wiring harness and power braid. Congratulations. Okay everyone, that concludes our parts giveaway. Thank you to all who donated. Once again, went to a great cause. If you didn't win this year, you know, hopefully we see you here next year where we're gonna be giving away even more parts. Really excited for the 2021 Rock and Roll event. And congratulations to all our winners. Thank you again for all your donations. Okay, this year at Tom's, we were involved in a really cool sponsorship, Team Roaming Wolves, which is a sister team headed to the Rebelle Rally. You know, they came to us, talked to us about entering their dad's early Bronco that they grew up riding in, and we were, you know, more than happy to jump at the opportunity. So check out their Bronco and their cool story.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Bovey, and this is my 1969 Ford Bronco that I share with my sister.
I am Melissa Vanderwilt, and this is Dad's Bronco. Dad bought this in '68. It's a '69 Bronco, but he bought it in '68.
We actually have the carbon copy that he ordered it with, so it's really cool to see the original price of like $3,500 something.
This Bronco is really, really special to us. It's been in our lives ever since we were born. Dad took us out in it all the time. We went, hit the trails. He would take us out target practicing or just driving around. It's been in parades like the Sandy Mountain Festival, that kind of stuff. So it's It's really special to us, and it was definitely never an option for us to let it go. We were always going to, at the very least, keep it.
As we're working on it, you can see all these different weld points and or different paint colors, and you're like, what's that from? Mom rolled this. We got the whole story actually just last night. She got distracted by some tulip bulb farm and I think overcorrected and went into a ditch.
The original idea was never to get rid of it. We would never part with it. Dad had this thing forever. It was his pride and joy.
The first goal was like, hey, let's try and get this running because that's what Dad was trying to do.
We wanted to restore it to its former glory and get it road ready again.
And then that evolved as we got more interested in just exploring the forests with our families.
Pretty quickly we decided that we wanted to actually take it a step further and make it adventure ready so we could get it out on the trails. And we camp, my sister's family overlands a lot, so we wanted to get it ready for that.
During the build, we decided to enter the 2020 Rebelle Rally.
Eventually, my sister came to me and basically just said, hey, do you want to do the Rebelle Rally with me? And I had no idea what it was, and I was like, sure. What the hell is that?
The Rebelle Rally is an all-women's off-road navigational rally. It's held through the deserts and mountains of Nevada and California.
And so we needed to do some stuff to make it more ready for the rigors of that.
We got a 23-gallon fuel tank from Tom's. We were going to need to beef up the shocks. We needed to figure out the accessory fuel tank so that we can go 300 miles per day at least, because we can't carry fuel on the rally. It already has all new energy suspension bushings, so it can take the rigors of the rally more. Additionally, we installed new front and rear sway bars, and that'll help with the additional weight. We're running the stock 302 that's been substantially upgraded with the Edelbrock ProFlow 4. So we're running Tom's black ceramic long tube headers into our new MagnaFlow Street Series dual exhaust.
For us to get ready for the Rebelle, it is a lot of training. We did go up to BC and we did one of the day workshops that they had up there that was just showing us the basics of like navigating with a map and a compass and plotting a bearing and talking about sort of some recovery basics and things that you should expect to need to learn and know.
To help us with the desert heat during the rally, we have Edelbrock's high volume water pump with a stock OE replacement radiator from Tom's also.
It's really going to be just us getting out there and doing it. There are things that we can practice on our own, and certainly the Rebelle offers a lot of training to competitors, so we have access to videos and Facebook Live events that they put on and stuff like that. So we're doing that kind of stuff, but really like what we most need to do, and then of course COVID happened, was to get out on the trail and get in our practice of actually plotting a course and following it and nailing it.
We're running a dual battery system with components from Tom's. We are doing dual batteries because of all the accessories that we'll be running for the rally and elsewhere. So we're running Tom's master cylinder and booster for the front disc brake conversion that we did. That's gonna help us, especially in the dunes. Stopping's great.
We just went out today and did enduro practice. It involves a lot of math, which is just troublesome for me, but it's all right.
Something else that we have that's new is a Canton oversized oil pan. It holds 7 quarts. Along with the Canton oil pan, we have the Melling high volume oil pump. Something else that is cool, we replaced the vent on the driver's side with Tom's tool storage. That's exciting to just know that the tools that we might need is right there. We're running KC's Gravity LED headlights.
We're hoping to get down to Winchester Bay to get in some dunes practice, because there's actually a training that happens down in Glamis, but we're not going to be able to make that. So Winchester is going to be the next best thing probably for us to get in the dunes practice. But there's nothing really stopping us from getting out on just the trails. We will be practicing in this as much as possible before the event, just getting the feel for what it's like to drive in the sand and go down a dune, like things that I have never done before.
As of right now, we don't have plans for paint. We see all of the people these days getting wraps to make it look like they've got this awesome patina, and we have it. We've been replacing all of the weather stripping. It's like a vivid memory is driving with Dad, and he had a red shop rag. You'd be going like this because everything's has condensation on it. The interior is my jam. We are going to go ahead and get the all new parchment colored seats, front and rear. We've treated and painted the sides of the hardtop.
We've got some parts that we need to put on. You may notice there's something missing here. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, we need bumpers, we need seats, minor details like that before we can get it out on the trail.
We plan on getting the 6-point plate style family cage. It's important that we get the plate kind because we need access to our glove box that has our new fuse panel in there from Painless. And safety, because my mom rolled this, and I might too.
I'm learning a lot, like cars, trucks, overlanding, like not my world that I have been in. So I'm learning a lot, but it's fascinating and it's fucking awesome. You can bleep that.
We were really excited when Frontrunner came out with early Bronco rack, and we scooped one of those up as soon as we could.
We think it'll probably be trail ready in about a month, but we're really close. We're really, really close. It's gonna be an awesome experience and I'm really excited. And Dad would think it was just the coolest.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this year's TBP 2020 virtual rock and roll event. I had a great time. Hopefully you guys did too. John Doe boys are going to sign us out. Can't wait to see you next year, 2021, July 23rd, 24th. Hopefully we can meet each other in person and have a great time.
This is my mountain, well, this mountain here is my home. Paid off this mountain
right when you get in that driver's seat. All your stresses, all your worries, whatever, just kind of go out the window for a little bit. I thoroughly enjoy that feeling.
When you're out driving a Bronco, just the thumbs up you get, and people, yeah, and they say they used to own one, or they give you a high five, or or they want to buy it, or they whistle.
It's just exhilarating. You're in a vehicle that is timeless. It's a classic that is still relevant today.
It's a pretty cool feeling to know that you own a piece of history like that that's fairly rare.
When I was 16, I bought my first Bronco.
It was a hobby that he started out of the back of his dad's shop.
And I rolled the Bronco.
Realized, okay, I can't find parts for these things. Started collecting used parts. Okay, I can't find used parts. Let's produce a new part. And then it's grown into a business where we have over 25 employees.
Tom's Bronco Parts is a company that is very interested in what the customer wants and helping them through the process of building a Bronco.
We could sell just the parts that we make money on, that we can get easy. They're easy to package. The problem is, at that point, we're not providing the service that we want to provide to our customers.
We honestly, I could say that we probably have enough parts here to build a Bronco brand new. Who would have guessed that you'd be able to build a vehicle from the 60s almost new?
And that just gives you that kind of feeling that somebody's got your back. The customers think, I can go to Tom's and I know that I'm going to get what I need.
It used to be 20 years ago, we had like 3 or 4 people at the shop, and we'd ship out 10 or 20 packages of the day and thought that was a good day. And now, we've got over 20 people and we ship out hundreds of packages a day. So it's just it's amazing how much busier it's gotten over the years. We've got about 25 total people on staff, and over half of them have got over 10 years of service. Some have 20.
I think it all starts from the top. Tom himself always preaches, you take care of your employees will stay with you. And I think that leads to our customer service, the knowledge that you get here at Tom's Bronco Parts.
That knowledge that we bring, on the telephones or to our customers, it just helps out tremendously.
We just got a lot of guys that really know what they're talking about.
The most important part is definitely the customer.
We really focus on answering the phone right away. We want to know that, when you call in, you're not hanging on the phone waiting for somebody to talk to you or waiting for a call back. We try to get to everything right away. We try to ship everything out the same day as much as possible.
I mean, I have a lot of customers that will text me over the weekend, or they'll give me a call randomly and say, hey, how's it going? I've had a lot of that, which is a pretty cool deal. It's just friends, kind of. It's not just business all the time. It's actual friendly conversation.
I think a lot of us have those customers that, I don't even have to hear them say their name, and I know exactly, who it is or what they've bought, what they're doing to their Bronco.
I do feel blessed and lucky that we've got some customers that have been with us 30 years, a lot of them 10, 15 years, and we try to keep our customers happy.
I think what I like, and maybe one of the biggest attractions to the Bronco, is that no two Broncos are alike, and it really easily can express who you are.
We really try to get to know the customer, get to know their driving style, what they're kind of into. And I feel like we really have a way of, helping them figure out which way to go with their project. I love that. I think that's a pretty cool aspect of this business, We're definitely that piece of the puzzle that can help figure out where you need to go next with your project. If you're kind of at a standstill, don't know where to go with it, or something like that, give us a call. That's what we're here for.